Hot diggity
otherwise.
damn a ramaroo. I'm glad we're doing this.
Fantastic.
Thanks for having me.
How's your sound? Do you hear it well?
I do, as a matter of fact.
Yeah? Fantastic.
I'm kind of saddled with elderly ears, but we'll work through that.
Yeah, we will. I knew that might be the case, but I promised myself to be fair.
Oh, that's nice. So
Yep.
you're not going to make fun of my blue hair or scratch me on the osteoporosis hump that makes my leg kick?
Not in front of you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Let me at least doze off.
So I'm going to play the intro to my song for
Okay.
a couple of reasons. One, because you've never done a podcast before.
Yeah.
I do sometimes edit it in, but I don't think that would do a justice to the artist who made it for me. It's a friend of mine who lives in Portland, spent a larger part of his early adult life forming himself as a cartoon artist, ventured into some acting, some voice acting, ultimately got a job with the company Leica. They are a animation company. I don't know if you've ever heard of the movie Caroline or Kubo. It's claymation based.
Oh, I love that stuff, but I'm not familiar with those projects.
Okay, fair enough. So that's the background of this friend of mine. I like to talk about him because he put in the time.
Yeah.
He busted his butt. He hoped and dreamed. I mean, he literally was in his closet making animation for years.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. He pursued that life, and he's still a growing person, and still has hopes and dreams that are beyond this goal that he hit. And I love that too, because it's a never-ending process.
Right.
It's confirmation for me. It doesn't matter. I think what matters is doing it, period.
Well, what makes me feel bad is hearing the backstory and how much work he put into it, and then having me look for pro bono animation work for the video for Tyrannosaurus Rex. So you can see where that makes me feel a bit schlub-like.
Well, get this, okay? Early on in his career, some advice that he got was the power of collaboration. It is one of the more prominent facts of your history that your potential employers in animation are looking for. How well do you collaborate with others? So even that door can't be in your way for too long. You've got to burst that open and say, hey, can you help me out? And it's either yes or no. And I think that the real currency in artists is the time we spend with each other. In fact, I even thought today the true nature of my style of education in terms of how I want to be educated is through art, is through the way I process the world. And if I experience that with other artists, there's no better teachers out there. And what better way than to study as a teacher with teachers?
That's hard to beat.
Yeah.
You end up getting the truth if you're not careful.
Absolutely. And what a scary thing that can be.
Yes.
So anyhow, I'm going to play that soundtrack and let you hear the magic.
All right.
All right, here we go.
Is he playing all the instruments?
Yes. I don't know how he manufactured the sound. I just know that he produced it all. I told him what I wanted. He drew that thumbnail that is my now business card.
Oh, cool.
And I told him that concept is like I'm on the road and we're all the same out there flying past each other 100 miles an hour, yet we're on similar journeys.
With the exception of Prius drivers who seem to be considerably more dangerous.
It's always a fucking Prius.
Yes, it is, baby.
Always
I've seen
a
it.
Prius, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every time you're around the corner from something stupid on the road, you're like, you get up to the source and it's a fucking Prius.
I saw the ultimate Prius mishap the other day and it cracked me up. I came to an intersection in Roseville by my house, very crowded intersection, and everything was at a complete standstill. And I'm thinking, somebody's got to have a green light. They have to. I'm looking around, and all of a sudden I start hearing the horns blowing and blowing and blowing. And the beauty of this, it wasn't one Prius. It was two Priuses at the front of the line that were completely oblivious, and they weren't cahooting with each other or anything. They simply didn't know when the light was to go when the light was green. And I'm like, oh my God,
That's
case in point.
It's like a conundrum rainbow.
Yes.
Yeah, wow, what a rare confirmation. Good for you and bad for you at the same time.
Oh yeah, I loved witnessing it though.
Amazing, always a fucking Prius. All right, let's see what we can do here. No, that's not it. Let's go.
That was pretty cool though.
Yeah, that's a built-in, this machine, okay, this is a Rode podcast machine. Literally just a small studio, and I play Bluetooth phone audio. I can hook up anything to the Bluetooth,
Yeah.
and Yeah, so it's a pretty magical machine,
Well, I'm glad they didn't call it Yellow Tooth, or I might have had a lawsuit against them.
right? I'd have brought it to the dentist. All right, so here we go. We're going to play this track.
Just a wandering nomad out on the interstate. Eventually, all these roads just end up looking the same. And now it's time for another episode of Relative Road.
How about that?
I love it. In fact, it tells me I'm sitting in the right seat. Beautiful.
think so.
Nicely done.
Thank you, sir.
Kudos
Thank
to your buddy.
All right, well, thank you for being here yet again, officially, along with everybody else. I am so grateful. And I know that you may feel like an amateur at this, but I have a feeling it's just outdated in terms of your opportunity. I think that you're a hidden gem, and I really believe that. And I hope that anything you aspire to turns into gold, and we can go on that journey together.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you, Mike.
Absolutely. So to start this, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself, and I did ask you here to discuss things as an artist. So if you can sort of explain your world in that journey, I'm assuming you consider yourself an artist.
I think I do. I've done it long enough. Although I've always hidden behind other work to try not to let it get in the way of my standard of living, which is probably a mistake, because if you pursue the thing that you're supposed to do with all your heart, I think you rise to a higher place in living and enrichment. So, but I've always been in sales. But again, I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Ray Sansom, and I was born and raised in California. I have 4 brothers, so there's 5 boys in my family, and I was raised by 2 really, really solid parents, and I lucked out. I can't even go into the depth of how lucky I was to have the parents that I do.